KazAgro, real support of the real sector. National Management Holding KazAgro presents a special project as part of the program Agro-Business 2020. KazAgro, 3 recipes for the revival of the agro-industrial complex.
Implementation of these complex tasks require...
According to international experts' estimates, agribusiness is currently one of the riskiest sectors of the economy. The agro-industrial complex tends to be sensitive to adverse trends, such as geo-economic cost, fluctuations in the financial and hydrocarbon markets, and other negative trends of the season. The current situation dictates that the agricultural sector needs the support of the state. In 2012, the President of the Republic of Kazakhstan gave special instructions to the management holding KazAgro. He named new priority sectors for the new investment policy in the agro-industrial complex. National Holding KazAgro provides preferential loans only to 10% of agricultural producers. I assigned the company to develop and adopt measures for the improvement of agricultural enterprises that are located in rural areas. New recipes for the revival of the agro-industrial sector were developed and implemented in record time. The following year, the Ministry of Agriculture, KazAgro Holding, and the National Chamber of Entrepreneurs jointly developed a brand new large-scale state support program for the agricultural sector. Challenge was to link several components into a comprehensive system that all of the program's participants would clearly understand. In order to achieve good results, we had to act quickly. Our activity had to be transparent and, most importantly, effective. Our participation involved the provision of a communication platform to agricultural producers and enterprises. It made it possible for the agricultural producers to meet with the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Economy, and KazAgro Holding for effective consensus decision-making. 3 financial instruments were developed in order to make the program multifaceted and versatile. The first tool is financial recovery of agribusiness entities. The program's administrator is the Ministry of Agriculture. The operator's functions were assigned to KazGrow Marketing JSC, a subsidiary company of KazAgro Holding. The holding itself took on the role of the financial agent. KazAgro Holding received a credit rating of BBB+ from American financial service company Standard & Poor's. It allowed us to place Eurobonds in the amount of $1 billion. We were then able to attract foreign market capital in the amount of 600 million euros. According to the Financial Recovery Program, state support is provided to agribusiness entities that had taken out loans and entered into lease agreements prior to January 1, 2014. The purpose of the program is to reduce the debt burden and bankruptcy risks and improve the solvency of businesses. The support tool is interest rate subsidies. The recovery program will focus on financial obligations in tenge at the rate of no more than 14% per annum and obligations in foreign currency at a rate of no more than 10% per annum. Shinbergen Zhalashev works in meat-oriented pedigree livestock and forage crop production. In 2012, the farmer received a loan in the amount of 2,500,000 tenge for Springfield work, related expenses as part of the Inginzhai program conducted by the Fund for Financial Support for Agriculture. The following year, Zhalashev repaid 1/2 of the amount loaned as per the repayment schedule. In 2014, he repaid the remaining amount of 1,250,000 tenge. However, a poor growing season changed all his plans. Our combine harvester never left the depot, basically. Everything burned down. With the help of the Financial Recovery Program, this debt situation was managed by restructuring the loan. We reduced the compensation cost. The current interest rate is only 2.5%. We have also extended his loan term for another year. As a result, Shinbergen Zhalashev is obligated to repay only 400,000 tenge in 2014 and another 800,000 tenge in 2015. This will enable the farmer to repay his debt in full. The Financial Recovery Program involves 45 priority sectors. They can be divided into two groups. Group 1 involved 32 activities. Group 2, 13. 43 of the priority sectors are focused on food production. The remaining 2 are focused on the processing of wool, hides, and skins. The list of priority sectors is so diverse that virtually any agribusiness entity or enterprise can take part in the state support program. In the time period 2013 to 2014, 292 agribusiness entities took advantage of the proposed financial recovery tools. The total sum of loan debts amounted to 312.9 billion tenge. 78% of this amount, that is 245.3 billion tenge, were allocated from funds raised by Kazagro Holding. 17 financial institutions took part in the financial recovery program.
The
largest number of applications was filed by the joint stock company Financial Support Fund. Their share is approximately 30%. Cultivation of grains and oilseeds is the predominant activity. Penalties and fines in the amount of 2.8 billion tenge were cancelled as part of the financial recovery program. More than 25,000 jobs were preserved as a result. The main goals of the program were achieved in 2014 before the deadline. However, some farms failed to apply for the financial recovery program in time. The program's developers and implementers appealed to the government of the Republic of Kazakhstan with a proposal to provide additional subsidy funding in 2015. The proposal is currently under consideration. Second financial instrument of the state support program, Agribusiness 2020, is subsidized loan interest rates and lease of technological equipment and agricultural machinery. Implementation of the program started in 2013. Subsidies are provided to loan and lease agreements with a nominal interest rate of no more than 14% per annum if the contract is in tenge and no more than 10% of the contract is in a foreign currency. If the lease or loan agreement for the purchase of machinery or equipment for cattle and poultry breeding is signed in tenge, the interest rate is reduced by 10% per annum. If the agreement is in a foreign currency, the interest rate is reduced by 7% per annum. Interest rates for loans and leases in other branches of the agro-industrial sector are reduced by 7% and 5% per annum, respectively. To take part in the program, the borrower must submit an application to the financial institution, with which he entered into a loan or lease agreement. It may be a second-tier bank, a leasing company, or a credit partnership. The financial institute considers the application. If the application is approved, the appropriate documents are drafted and sent to the operator. The operator's functions are performed by Kazagro Marketing JSC. This business entity monitors documents, drafts reports, and organizes the Commission's meetings. The Commission consists of Vice Minister of Agriculture, representatives of the Ministry's structural divisions, financial institutions, and public industrial associations. The members of the Commission make the final decision. Everyone is interested in the development of agriculture. Therefore, each member of the Commission takes an objective approach and makes decisions collectively. The operator sends an extract from the minutes of the meeting to the financial institution. If the decision is positive, a tri-party agreement is concluded between the administrator, the financial institution, and the operator. Next, the financial institution sends the operator a subsidy transfer request. The operator checks the subsidy amount and files a tranche transfer request to the administrator. The administrator completes the procedure. It proceeds to transfer subsidies to a special bank account of the financial institution every 3 months. Farmer Kadirbay Supov breeds meat-oriented pedigree livestock, horses and sheep, and grows grains and forage crops. He actively cooperates with the Kazagro Finance. In the past 7 years, he has concluded 3 equipment lease agreements with Kazagro Finance. He fulfilled his financial obligations under the first agreement in 2012. He immediately signed 2 new contracts for the purchase of 2 Belarus tractors. The initial interest rate for the lease was 8%. It was reduced by 7% as part of the state support program, resulting in the interest rate of only 1%. 1% interest rate proved to be a very big help. This is an excellent program. Farmers acquire most of their agricultural machinery and equipment through Kazagro Finance JSC. Therefore, borrowers of Kazagro Holdings subsidiary account for the biggest share of the loan and lease subsidy program. Abduahad Ibragimov grows vegetables. His farm is located in the Abay district of the Karaganda region. It is part of the flood zone of Astana city. 2013, a drip irrigation pilot project was launched in the region. All of our water channels are old, which results in water shortage. The equipment is too old. It makes irrigation very difficult. The farmer was able to lease the required drip irrigation equipment through Kazagro Finance. The lease term is 7 years. The interest rate is 12.8%. Under the terms of the loan and lease subsidy program, the repayment amounts will be reduced by 7%, resulting in the interest rate of 5.8%. For some companies, mainly large producers, interest rate subsidies are a great opportunity to reduce the loan amount. The joint stock company May is the largest producer of sunflower vegetable oil in Kazakhstan. It employs more than 500 people. The plant is working with a wide network of farmers who supply the enterprise with raw materials. Every year, the company provides loans to farmers on futures terms, using future harvest as collateral. The plant itself is an active borrower. Therefore, the new subsidy program provides the enterprise with optimal conditions for the circulation of investments. Subsidies have a healing effect on the business. They result in a gradual shift from receiving direct subsidies to attracting new investments. The loan interest rate subsidy program is more than just a financial instrument of the state. Producers and processors of agricultural products enjoy reduced costs for the acquisition of equipment and replenishment of fixed assets. They are also provided with a powerful incentive to continue the process of modernization and implementation of new technologies. Yenisei Yun is a farmer from the Atral region. In 2011, he engaged 730 hectares of unused land in vegetable production. To ensure the profitability of the agribusiness, he implemented a drip irrigation system on his fields. The farmer implemented a new system with the help of the equipment he had leased through Kazagro Finance. The lease amount was 30,300,000 tenge. With the help of the subsidy program, Yun was able to save 1,757,400 tenge. Yenisei Yun plans to expand the area under drip irrigation systems. It is profitable because we can increase our productivity at a lower cost. Drip irrigation helps us to preserve a lot of water and fertilizers. The interest rate subsidy program is beneficial not only to borrowers who have credit and lease agreements for the purchase of machinery and equipment. Producers that have taken out loans for capital replenishment, purchase of fixed assets, and construction can also take part in the program. South Kazakhstan Canning Factory is Kazakhstan's oldest producer of canned vegetables. Its trading range involves more than 30 kinds of products. The factory's products were awarded gold medals at the international exhibition Plod Expo in Moscow. The success inspired the company. Their current goal is to increase the plant's production capacity and enter the market of the Russian capital. Such an objective requires equipment modernization. The first step has already been taken. A new facility was opened for the production of water for canning. The equipment was purchased through the company Kazagro Finance. The interest rate was reduced by 7%. The plant used the difference to replenish their working capital. We increased the volume. The interest rate is 12.8%. 7% is subsidized by the state. We repay the remaining 5.8%. 8,335 applications have already been approved to participate in the loan interest rate subsidy program. This is 5,824 loan and lease agreements. The total amount of subsidized loans reached 5.7 billion tenge. The program is gaining momentum. The program will continue to work and operate. The more investments are made, the more high-tech products appear on the market. Holding Kazagro began to implement pilot investment projects in 2007. That was the time when the agribusiness of Kazakhstan got a real chance to try a new format. Year 2009 marked the beginning of active development in the country's priority sectors. Modern granaries and grain deprocessing enterprises are built. Poultry production is actively developing. Agricultural machinery assembly enterprises are established. Comprehensive system for the development of animal husbandry is implemented. The network of greenhouses is expanded. Enterprises of the new generation are formed. Dairy factory Agrofirma Rodina in the Akmola region is a good example. The enterprise uses resource conservation technologies. Electricity prices continue to rise. Therefore, it is very important to engage the technology that will help the plant to save electricity. The greenhouse complex of the farm Adelia in the South Kazakhstan region is another example of efficient application of high technology and natural resources in the agricultural sector.
We recirculate the water, we recirculate the fertilizers. We don't use any chemicals for pesticides or anything which could be damaging our own plants and the environment, and we grow very healthy fruits.
Investments breathe new life into the agro-industrial sector of Kazakhstan. New investment projects lay the foundation for the industrial format of the agricultural sector. Total investment amount is 299 billion tenge. 348 projects have already been introduced. This is 75% of the total number of projects and 207.5 billion tenge. It should be noted that 213 out of the 348 projects have already reached full design capacity. 11,500 jobs were created. The results of 2013 suggest that the labor productivity of our projects will reach $13,000, which is nearly 4 times the industry's average indicator. The new program, Subsidies for Reimbursement of Investment-Related Expenses Incurred by Agribusiness Entities, may give an extra boost to the agro-industrial investment projects in Kazakhstan. The financial instrument provides a differentiated approach. Subsidy rates vary from 20 to 80%, depending on the priorities of the enterprise. Maximum subsidies, up to 80%, are used to reimburse the investor's pasture irrigation cost. Increased attention is being paid to this area, taking into account the resources of unused pastures and serious potential of livestock production. One of the features of the investment subsidy program is active participation of farms due to favorable funding conditions provided by special state programs. The existing investment subsidy mechanism gives farmers the ability to increase the effectiveness of their investments. Mauletbek Kaliyev has a pedigree livestock breeding farm. There are 700 heads of cattle of elite meat-oriented breeds. Farmer also has a feedlot. In 2014, Kaliyev received the following fodder production equipment as part of the investment program: 2 tractors, a combine harvester, a baler, a mixer wagon, and other equipment. The total investment amount was 56 million tenge.
Biz alğanımız 56 milyon tengege Kazagro Finans arqılı aldıq.
30 million out of 56 million tenge are covered by investment subsidies. As a result, approximately 14 million tenge will be reimbursed to me.
Onun 15 milyon tengesi qaytarılıp berdi.
The subsidy tool has never been used in Kazakhstan until now. It is implemented in the agricultural sector for the first time. Investment subsidies started working in 2014 as part of the program Agribusiness 2020. Their purpose is optimization of investment projects in the priority sectors of agriculture. The program is designed to reduce the cost and increase the public availability of agricultural goods by reducing capital intensity. In order to take part in the program, the investor, i.e. the agricultural producer that conducted the investment project, must apply for subsidies. The operator, KAZ Agro Marketing, checks the completeness of the documents submitted by the investor and transfers them to the Commission with a request for consideration. The Commission is a collegiate body and regional akimats. The Commission makes a decision. After that, the investor, the operator, and the operating authority conclude a subsidy agreement. The functions of the operating authority are performed by the departments of agriculture in the regions, as well as the cities of Astana and Almaty. The final stage is the transfer of subsidies to the investor. Dairy factor Netije has been undergoing technical modernization over the course of 5 years. High-tech lines were installed at all production facilities of the plant. In 2014, the company began to build a network of container-type milk collection stations in the rural areas of the Karaganda region. The aim of the project was to advance the process of raw material collection, improve product quality, and achieve a positive social effect. As the milk collection network expanded, people submitted more milk, thereby improving their well-being. The amount of money spent is 23 million tenge. Unfortunately, not all kinds of the equipment were eligible for the investment program. This is why the dairy plant is reimbursed only 2,070,000 tenge. The enterprise proposed to make adjustments to the program and expand the list of eligible equipment. The investment subsidy program involves enterprises that invested in one of the priority sectors. There are 18 priority sectors on the list. They're divided into 2 groups. The first group involves 5 sectors. They are expansion and provision of technical equipment to livestock production farms, creation and expansion of dairy farms, creation and expansion of feedlots. The capacity of feedlots must be no less than 3,000 feeding areas. Creation and expansion of fodder production business and farms. Creation of water infrastructures on pastures, including wells and water holes. Here are the main requirements for the participants of the expense reimbursement program. The applicants' projects must be implemented in the priority sectors that are listed in the investment subsidy program. Furthermore, the facilities must be fully operational and the machinery and equipment must be purchased in the framework of the investment project on or after January 1st, 2014. Arkharli Maurbek farm is one of the most promising projects in Kazakhstan's livestock production. A livestock breeding organization was founded on the basis of this enterprise in the Almaty region. Cattle breeds Angus and Hereford were imported to Kazakhstan from Australia. At present, there are 5,895 heads of cattle at the farm. The elite gene pool will serve as the breeding nucleus for other livestock farms in the region. At this point, however, the enterprise requires a strong forage base. The forage base is being created by engaging natural pastures and expanding the area of perennial plants. Since January 1st, 2014, we have purchased 90 million tenge worth of technical equipment. And we have recently received subsidies for the purchase of agricultural machinery in the amount of 45 million tenge. Agribusiness plans to receive investment subsidies for the construction of infrastructure. This opportunity provides the livestock production farm with new prospects for further development. The second group of investment subsidy priorities involves 13 sectors. Some of the main areas are creation and expansion of beef farms, sheep farms, horse farms, pig farms, poultry enterprises, irrigation systems, storage service providers for grain, fruits and vegetables, and enterprises for processing, procurement, and transportation of milk and dairy products. This group also involves the following priorities: creation and expansion of enterprises for processing, procurement, and transportation of meat and meat products, creation and expansion of enterprises for growing fruits and vegetables, sugar production, manufacturing of oil and fat products, creation and expansion of enterprises for deep processing of grains and oilseeds, confectionery manufacturing, and construction of commercial fish breeding enterprises for production of sturgeon and salmon species of fish. The complex Ordu-Basi-Kus is recognized as the most technologically advanced project in the poultry industry of Central Asia. The company was formed as a cluster model. The poultry complex consists of several automotive production facilities, a hatchery, 25 poultry houses, a feed mill, and a slaughterhouse. Famous Israeli company MAD provides technological and scientific support. The project was implemented with the help of investments provided by a subsidiary company of Kazagro Holding. In 2014, the company implemented another investment project to expand production.
Бұл жобамыз бойынша екінші кезеңнің жобасы жалпы жұмсалған қаржының көлемі 1 миллиард 670 мың.
The amount of the second phase of the loan was 1,600,070 million tenge. 20% of this amount will be reimbursed to us. That is 320 million tenge.
Сол 320 миллионы бізге қайтарып берейін деп отыр.
Enterprises are given the opportunity to spread their wings, increase their financial muscle mass, and achieve impressive results. The investment subsidy program provides this unique opportunity to the agribusiness entities of Kazakhstan. More than 985 applications were considered since the program was launched. 679 of them were approved. Total compensation costs for the investment projects have exceeded 7 billion tenge. The full impact of the program is still beyond statistics. In the context of the Eurasian Economic Union, Kazakhstan is presented with new opportunities, as well as harsh realities of economic competition. Under these conditions, new subsidy tools will help the agro-industrial business of Kazakhstan to successfully complete the adaptation period. Since we are in the same economic space, there is no way we can protect our market from subsidized products from Belarus and Russia. Therefore, we must join this subsidy race. State support programs are met with great interest. We believe that we must continue these programs. We want to ensure that each agrarian enterprise in our country takes advantage of them. Each of the 3 state support instruments must be implemented in a functional and targeted manner. Participants must work together like a well-oiled machine. The first experience of applying new subsidy approaches in the agricultural sector has demonstrated that this is truly possible.
Раз нужно деньги, и раз нам субсидия придет.
Они нам очень сильно в данном случае помогают.
Без финансового оздоровления нам бы сложно было бы.
Удешевление ставки вознаграждений по процентам благоприятно сказывается на развитии нашего предприятия.
Это вообще идеально, как говорится.
Эти все субсидии, конечно, очень хорошо помогают.
Осы күркетауық өндірісінің ұлғаюы керек болып тұр.
Для того, чтобы вот именно развиться, нам и необходимы такие программы.
Не только я, все фермеры хотят обновить технику.
Өте жақсы көмек қой, өте жақсы.